Could the supplements you take to stay strong actually be sabotaging your legs? It sounds strange, but 2 common vitamins, often seen as good for you, can weaken your legs if they're misused. Stick around to learn which vitamins and how to protect your leg strength. Leg strength is everything as we get older. Strong legs let seniors walk, climb stairs, and enjoy life. In fact, 1 in 3 older adults falls each year, and weak leg muscles are a leading cause. Even the fear of falling can make seniors do less and lose independence. So it's no surprise many seniors take vitamins, like vitamin D or B vitamins, hoping to keep bones and nerves strong. But what if some of those vitamins, when overdone, actually make legs weaker? Let's introduce the problem and the surprising details. Sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle with age, is a real threat. Its main symptom is muscle weakness, and it hits the legs hard. Sarcopenia in the legs makes standing and walking harder, raising the risk of falls and fractures. Studies show this muscle decline is a major factor in frailty and falls among seniors. Every year, falls lead to millions of injuries and hospitalizations for older adults, exactly because leg strength has slipped. Image, illustration of leg muscles showing a normal left versus severely thinned right muscle due to sarcopenia. Muscle loss like this makes legs weak and unsteady. To fight it, many seniors take supplements. But which supplements help and which can harm? Most of us know that balancing a healthy diet and exercise is key, but sometimes doctors also suggest vitamins, especially vitamin D and B complex vitamins, to help with bones and nerves. These can be great when used correctly. Vitamin D helps bones absorb calcium, and B vitamins help nerve signals. However, too much of a good thing can backfire. When seniors overdose on even beneficial vitamins, unexpected problems can creep in. For example, taking very high doses of vitamin D can push calcium levels too high in your blood, a condition called hypercalcemia. That causes stomach upset, vomiting, and muscle weakness. It can even cause bone pain and kidney stones. And what about vitamin B6? It's often in multivitamins and energy supplements. While small amounts are safe, high doses of B6, pyridoxine, especially from multiple pills, can damage nerves. Nerve damage means your leg muscles won't get the right signals, causing tingling, numbness, and weak legs. In short, weak legs are a big concern after 60, and ironically, some common supplements can make it worse. Let's deep dive into the 2 vitamins most often at fault. Vitamin D, how more becomes less. Vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, is usually recommended for older adults to strengthen bones and muscles. We need vitamin D to help absorb calcium, a key mineral for bone density. So it makes sense to take a D supplement if you're indoors more or have osteoporosis. In fact, experts often suggest 800–1,000 IU per day for seniors. This amount boosts bone health without harm, but problems start when the dose goes way beyond that. Vitamin D is fat-soluble and stored in our body, and taking very high doses can cause vitamin D toxicity, leading to hypercalcemia, too much blood calcium. The Mayo Clinic explains that hypercalcemia can cause weakness, among other symptoms. In practice, that means your muscles, especially in your legs, can feel tired and weak. You might also get nausea, vomiting, or lose your appetite. In the long run, high calcium can even damage your kidneys and bones. Paradoxically, symptoms of vitamin D toxicity, hypercalcemia, can cause muscle weakness, fatigue, stomach upset, bone pain, and even kidney stones. Health authorities warn not to exceed 4,000 IU, international units, a day of vitamin D unless your doctor monitors you. That's roughly 25 micrograms. Many multivitamins and D supplements exceed this if taken together, so be careful. Otherwise, more vitamin D might give less muscle strength. What the research says about too much recent studies highlight this danger. A JAMA internal medicine trial studied people 70 and older. They gave one group a high monthly vitamin D dose, 60,000 IU, and compared it to a standard dose, 224,000 IU month. The result? no improvement in leg strength or function, and more falls in the high-dose group. In numbers, about 66.9% of seniors on the high-dose D fell during a year, compared to only 47.9% of the standard dose group. The study bluntly concluded that giving too much vitamin D conferred no benefit and even increased falls. Another study on women aged 50-70 found a similar issue. The group taking 4,000 IU daily, over 4 times the RDA, actually had slower reaction times than those on moderate doses. Slower reflexes mean you're likelier to trip or not catch yourself if you slip. Lead researchers said that 4,000 IU day might compromise older adults' ability to walk or catch balance. In plain terms, what we thought would help keep you steady might make you sluggish and more prone to falls. These findings are shocking because they overturn the usual advice. It shows that the more is better approach can backfire for seniors. Even a well-intentioned high-dose D supplement, 2,000-4,000 IU day, can do more harm than good to leg strength and balance. The key takeaway: stick to moderate vitamin D levels unless a doctor tests and prescribes otherwise. Getting some D from safe sun exposure or fortified foods, like fatty fish, egg yolks, and milk, is usually enough without risking these side effects. Vitamin B6, the hidden nerve. Trap vitamin B6, pyridoxine, is vital for energy metabolism and nerve health. It's in many foods, like chicken, fish, potatoes, bananas, and almost every multivitamin. You need only about 1.7 milligrams a day over age 50, a tiny amount. Because B6 is water-soluble, many assume it's harmless in any dose. Excess just pees out. But here's the catch. Take too much B6, and it doesn't just vanish, it can poison your nerves. High doses of vitamin B6, above 100 milligrams per day, have been known to cause peripheral neuropathy, damage to the nerves in your limbs. The Australian Therapeutic Goods Administration has sounded alarms on this. They note that even daily intakes under 50 milligrams, common in supplements, can trigger neuropathy in susceptible people. In other words, if you pop a B6 pill each day or take multiple B-complex or multivitamin pills, you might unknowingly exceed a safe level. Symptoms of B6 toxicity: tingling, burning, or numbness in your hands or feet. As this nerve damage worsens, your legs weaken and become hard to control. You might feel unsteady, stumble, or find walking difficult. Essentially, your leg muscles are strong, but their nerve signals are fading. One real case shows how fast this can happen. A healthy, 65-year-old active woman, let's call her Susan, started feeling pins and needles and numbness creeping up from her feet into her calves. Within months, walking became hard. Doctors found her vitamin B6 blood level was 10 times normal. It turned out her daily magnesium and multivitamin pills both contained B6, 40 milligrams each, nearly 80 milligrams a day. She didn't realize that seemingly harmless pills were overloading her. Once she stopped taking the extra B6, her nerve symptoms began to improve within weeks. This example underscores the danger. If you're mixing supplements, say a B complex, plus a multivitamin plus another pill, your B6 adds up. Regulators now often cap supplement B6 at 100 milligrams per pill, but even that can be risky if you take more than one product. Notably, peripheral neuropathy from B6 overdose looks a lot like neuropathy from deficiency. In fact, experts point out the symptoms mimic vitamin B6 deficiency. You get the same tingling hands, feet, and muscle weakness either way. The difference is cause. Too little B6 or too much B6 can both damage nerves. It's a paradox. Mega-dosing of vitamin meant to support nerves can make them die off. So if you have leg weakness or numbness, ask your doctor about your supplements. Check every label for pyridoxine or pyridoxal, chemical names for B6. Avoid popping high-dose B6 pills for long periods. For most seniors, the few milligrams of B6 in a balanced diet and a regular multivitamin are enough. More can be harmful. Now for the climax, it was the vitamin considered most beneficial, vitamin D, that turned out to be the sneakiest culprit. Everyone expected extra D to help older muscles. But the big surprise was that high doses did the opposite. For instance, the JAMA trial bluntly concluded that higher monthly vitamin D conferred no benefit on functional decline and increased falls in seniors. In plain language, the seniors getting huge doses of D actually fell more often than those on a modest dose. This shocked experts because vitamin D is so often prescribed. Even Rutgers University researchers chimed in. Women taking 4,000 IU day, more than triple the recommended amount, slowed down and became more fall-prone. One author said point-blank that 4,000 IU might compromise older adults' ability to walk. Imagine thinking a pill is helping when it's actually making you clumsier. In short, the most important lesson is counterintuitive. Extra isn't always better for seniors. What we once assumed about vitamins has been overturned. How to protect your legs. After 60, let's recap the takeaways. Losing muscle and leg strength after 60 is common, but it doesn't have to be inevitable or worsened by the wrong supplements. The key lessons are: be cautious with vitamin D. Aim for the recommended dose, around 600-800 IU per day for most older adults. Don't self-prescribe megadoses. Discuss with your doctor whether you need blood tests or higher doses, for example, if you're very deficient. As research warns, going up to 2,000 to 4,000 IU day, or equivalent monthly doses, can backfire, slowing your reflexes and raising fall risk. Experts now suggest sticking to about 800 IU day and getting most vitamins from foods and sunshine. If you take supplements, check that you're not accidentally exceeding about 4,000 IU day, which Mayo Clinic flags as the upper limit. Watch your vitamin B6 intake. Get B6 from a balanced diet, foods like fish, chicken, beans, whole grains. If you take multivitamins or B-complex supplements, add up the B6 amounts. Try to keep it close to the daily need, 1-2 meals, and under 50 mg total per day if possible. Avoid mixing several high-dose B6 products. If you notice tingling, burning, or numbness in your legs or feet, stop the supplements and talk to a doctor. These are signs of B6 overload. Remember, the nerve damage is usually reversible if caught early and the extra B6 is stopped. Exercise and nutrition matter most. No vitamin pill can replace strength training and a protein-rich diet. Simple leg exercises, like squats, marches, or calf raises, can rebuild muscles safely. Make sure you eat enough protein and calcium and get safe sun exposure. Vitamin D and calcium from foods, like dairy or leafy greens, are usually enough for most seniors. If balance or gait is an issue, physical therapy or balance exercises can help prevent falls. Consult your healthcare provider. Before making major changes, talk to a doctor or dietitian. They can check your vitamin levels with blood tests and recommend safe amounts. Tell them all the supplements you take. They might suggest safer alternatives or adjustments. For instance, instead of high-dose D pills, you might take smaller doses daily or get D from sunlight. Instead of high-dose B6 for neuropathy, they might suggest B12 or alpha-lipoic acid under supervision. In summary, after 60, focus on balanced, moderate vitamin intake and a healthy lifestyle to keep your legs strong. The real worst culprits are overdosing. Use vitamins wisely, and your legs will thank you. If you found this helpful, please subscribe for more senior health tips and share this with someone who might benefit. Stay strong and safe out there.